Welcome to this video where I show you what I eat in a day. Focus a little bit on like high protein, high fiber intake. And I want to say I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a specialist, I'm not like even a gym specialist. I'm just someone who basically changed their diet and their lifestyle almost a year ago, and this is everything I've learned so far. I'm not an expert, but if you're just starting out, it might still be helpful. So I always try and prioritize whole foods, a lot of protein and a lot of fiber, just because those are the things that are like really easily doable and really, really good for your body. Now I do start my day with electrolytes as well, just to like keep extra hydrated. Right now I'm using the ones from Decathlon, the raspberry ones, just because you can get them anywhere you have a Decathlon. I'm in Europe right now, but my favorite ones, if you are German or Austrian, Dextro Energy Zero electrolytes, berry flavor, my absolute favorite, like they're top notch. So I always start my day with like drinking that and just like keep drinking lots and lots of water during the day, just because keeping hydrated is so important in general, but also with the amount of fiber I'm consuming, you kind of need to hydrate a lot as well. Otherwise your stomach just like gets messed up. I usually start my day with like a protein smoothie. Because I want to have like protein in my body first thing before I add caffeine. I heard that it's good. I don't really remember why, if I'm honest. So we've got a smoothie maker. I already filled some water in here just to make it like more liquidy, more drinkable. Then we'll add some spinach. Spinach, obviously, got your greens. Then we'll add some high protein yogurt. And this always depends. If I'm somewhere for a long time, I might use Greek yogurt and like vanilla whey powder. But when I'm traveling lots, it's really difficult to like bring protein powder just because it takes up space, and most grocery stores now have like a high protein yogurt. This one's from Lidl. It's a vanilla one and has 25 grams of protein in it, so that's amazing. I love the Lidl protein products. Unfortunately, for some reason, only the Spanish Lidl and the Portuguese Lidl have that amount of protein products. Like the German Lidl, for some reason, doesn't even have the little high protein iced coffee, which is very interesting. So I'll put all that in here. Totally optional. I add a little bit of collagen to my smoothie. This one is berry flavored as well, just one squirt. Collagen, really good for your skin, nails, hair, but also really good for your joints, which is definitely something I need. Then we'll add some flaxseed and chia seeds. Super easy to add in more fiber. For the record, chia seeds, 1 teaspoon of chia seeds has like 4 grams of fiber. That's like massive. The daily intake for fiber should be around 14 grams of fiber per 1,000 calories you consume. I try and consume around 2,000 calories. I try and be in a slight calorie deficit every day. I burn about 2,300, 2,400 calories, and I try and eat around 2,000 calories. Aim for 30 grams of fiber. I'm not super hung up on if I make that or not. Like, I just try my best, and I feel like that's really important. I just try, with every meal I try and think, where's my protein source, where's my fiber source. Then we'll add in some raspberries. Raspberry, really, really good for fiber as well. 100 grams of raspberries, I read 8 grams of fiber, I think, so really, really good. So we'll add some raspberries, and then we'll blend her all up. Ooh, delightful. I'm still waiting for the day that I get sick of a smoothie in the morning. Has not happened yet. My friend and I are in Mallorca this week. She's doing a house swap with someone and invited me to tag along, which is amazing. It's like a little bit of an extension of the summer before I settle down in Madrid for the rest of the year. Honestly, the color doesn't look too inviting because of the spinach, but it will taste sweet and fruity and vanilla-like. Yum. And honestly, the smoothie tastes a little bit different no matter where I am, because I always have to use different ingredients. But that's just it. Maybe that's why I'm not sick of it, because it's never quite the same. But yeah, this has 25 grams of protein, 8 grams of fiber. So that's like a really strong start to the day. We're gonna go grocery shopping now, and we will walk to the grocery store. And while we'll walk there, I'll have a high protein iced coffee from Lidl. So that's another 19 grams of protein. So before 10 a.m., I've had hit then 45 grams of protein. That's a really strong start. And then I'll see you for, depends if I'll have a snack or for lunch. It is lunchtime. I didn't have a snack, so all I had today was literally the smoothie and like liquids and coffee. So I'm pretty hungry now. It is, I have no idea what time it is ever. 1 o'clock. And Chloe made lunch for us, which is really exciting. I love when other people make food for me. And I'll have to ask her all the details of what she put in. She made like a green goddess salad. But there's definitely, from what I see, a lot of protein and fiber in there. So that's good with me. And I already know that I spend very little calories on breakfast. I think the smoothie is maybe 200 calories tops. So I know I can splurge for like lunch, dinner, and like any snacks that still follow. But I'll show you right now, and then I'll put on screen after I consulted with Chloe what exactly is in this salad. This is it. I feel like it looks delightful. There's cabbage in here, cucumber, lots of spices, I think mayo, chickpeas and protein as like a protein source, and then obviously like really good. And we even do have like more chicken, so I'll even add a little bit more chicken as like extra protein, and then we'll just have it with some nachos. Just got back from the beach, that's why my hair is all yuck and messy. But I'm making a chili, which is one of my favorite things to make because it's like high protein, high fiber, super easy, not a lot of dishes, and it stores really well for like meal prep. And it's just quick, it's so quick and easy. And the onions are already sizzling. I recorded that video on purpose a little bit later because obviously I have to cry every time I cut an onion. But let me show you the scenario. Onions right here. Next we'll put in the carrots. Then we'll put in the meat. Then we'll put in the spice. They didn't have the chili spice, so I got the burrito one because honestly it's all the same, isn't it? We'll put in some diced tomatoes and some tomato paste. So we have got like a lot of chili. Here's where I wrote down all the nutritional information. And then we've got the beans over here. I always put them in last before I let it just like cook for another few, I don't know, 30 minutes or so. Bro, that pot is full. It is all done. High in protein, high in fiber, super filling, and makes good leftovers. It's my dream. Now I'm just gonna put some skyr. So this whole thing has like 16 grams of protein. My friend doesn't want any, and I'm not gonna put the whole thing, I don't think. Just maybe about like 10 grams of protein extra, and then I can even have like a little late night snack later. Delightful. I'm such a good chef. It's the next morning and I'm just making a coffee and do like a little tally of what I ate yesterday, or like the nutritional information. The only other thing I had last night was a teeny tiny dessert, or if you even can call it like that. The rest of the skyr and some frozen raspberries for additional fiber. That's what I love to have as like a kind of like after dinner snack, just like munch it all up and it just like really good. Sometimes I put vanilla whey in it, or I use vanilla protein yogurt as well. I just like that. The good thing is I really enjoy the things I eat, so I don't have to restrict myself. I don't have to make myself eat healthy food. I don't have to say, ooh, I would love to have a pizza, because if I want a pizza, I'll just have pizza. Like, I feel like it's all in that balance, and you really finding recipes that you really like, other than you saying, oh, I'll like force myself to eat this for this and this amount of time and then I'll go back, because it just won't be helpful, right? Let's do the tally for yesterday. Smoothie in the morning, 25 grams of protein, around 200 calories, 8 grams of fiber. Then I had my coffee, 20 grams of protein, 125 calories. Then we had the salad for lunch. I asked ChatGPT about the nutritional information, because that was a lot of ingredients. One serving of that salad was around 345 calories only. 40 grams of protein though, because of the chickpeas and heaps of chicken in there. And 14 grams of fiber. So really, really good meal. Like, I'll definitely make that salad again if I can find the strength to put all the ingredients together. The chili for dinner, 36 grams of protein, around 500 calories, and 10 grams of fiber because of all those red beans. And then I had the skyr with raspberries, 6 grams of protein, 4 grams of fiber, 40 kilograms more or less. As I said, like, I'm never too observant. I used to be in the beginning, because I feel like you need a little bit of time to like be aware of like the food that's on your plate and in front of you. So in the beginning, I definitely was a bit more accurate with like weighing everything and like reading the labels and stuff. Now I see what's on my plate and I can almost like tally it up in my head, if I have a good math day, to be honest. But more or less, you know, like, I feel like if that's your new standard, then you don't really need to be super strict about it. As long as you prioritize those things, naturally you end up having a good amount of protein and fiber in your body every day. So total for yesterday was 127 grams of protein, which is perfect because I aim for around 120 grams of protein, so I even overshot that. 36 grams of fiber, which is also more than what I would have normally consumed, and only about 1,300 calories. That is like way low, which is amazing, because with calories, if you're in a calorie deficit for like, say, 6 out of 7 days a week, then you can eat more calories on day 7 as well. That's why a lot of people have like a cheat day, which I don't really believe in cheat days. But that's why people have that. They're like in an extreme calorie deficit for 6 days, and then they just overshoot it on day 7. But that's also why it's so good. Then when you say, oh, I'd love to have a pizza today, you can just do that if you're normally like trying to be like either in a calorie deficit if you want to lose weight, or the same amount of calories that you waste or burn just to maintain weight, right? So that's how all of that works. Now I'm just gonna make my coffee, and I did find this high protein milk at Lidl. Like, why Lidl España isn't sponsoring me, yo no sé, because it would be muy amable, not gonna lie. I make a lot of advertisement for them. This has double the amount of protein what regular milk has. So regular milk has like around 3 grams of protein per 100 milliliters, and this has 6 grams of protein per 100 milliliters. And with my coffee, I have at least like 250 milliliters of milk. So that's like, what, 12, 16, 14, 16. Math, not mine. 16 grams of protein or whatever for one coffee. So yeah, I'm gonna have my coffee, put on some makeup, and then I'm going to a baptism, because what do you do when you go on a 1-week trip to Mallorca? Like, I have a friend who is in town getting baptized, 27 years old, and I'm going to her baptism, because why not? Like, my friends go to weddings, I go to adult baptisms in the ocean. She's gonna like do a trust fall in the ocean, so I'll be there. I was like, I've got to see this. So yeah, this is what I ate in a day. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if I should do more recipes, more what I eat in a day, and I can totally put that up. I'll link my fitness routine to the end of this video, and yeah, if you enjoyed this kind of video, leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye. Coffee. Yum.